isn't going to be able to find anyone from low tier God. Bad news for him. Let's see if he can do anything here. War Spirit going to be able to get the combo. Blizz gets 3 for himself, and he's looking for more as well. That is going to be amazing team, just getting obliterated. But they trade 3 kills back as well for themselves. Low tier God and Sexy managing to clean this fight up, and actually a fantastic job despite the sick wombo combo coming out. War Spirit goes down as well, and they still stay in control of everything. Sexy though has that Dragon Blade available. I want to see him use that to great effect, but Blizz is on this backline. We've got to see him do crazy things if he wants to win this fight, but he's gone down already. There's one onto Quirks as well, and this could be everything from Amazing Team. They've got 5 kills for themselves. Shower Gel only just on the respawn. I don't think he can contest this one though in the end, as they are going to push this one through. Just a half a meter remaining as Blizz manages to get onto things, and they are going to be able to contest this. One more team fight is on the cards as Sexy finds 2 for himself, and they're looking for more as well. Flares grabs one. War Spirit all on his own at the side will get finished off. The payload should be pushed in.
This is where they've got to make their hold. This is where they're going to want to delay Endpoint now from pushing up and stop them from getting that second checkpoint.
Oh, the High Noon comes on through, and he'll be able to get, what was that, 4 I think he got from that one? It was only 3 in the end, but either way, Blizz just lining them up and knocking them down. Low tier God cannot match that.
Nerd Rage knew they had the advantage. Regardless, they just needed to push in as quickly as possible. They were able to win that team fight, as Death Blossom and Nanoboost will come in for Suspect, and he takes down 4 members.
Beautiful.
Reinhardt finishes off the 5th.
Suspect, you absolute god. Perfect flank position. Nobody checks him at all. Suspect already very far forward on that Reaper, waiting for another opportunity. Doesn't have his ultimate available. Will get caught out as well, but there's a nice Graviton Surge onto all 6. There's the Earth Shatter as well, and this will be an instant wipe coming on through from Team Project. We thought Nerd Rage's Death Blossom was good. Wacko Jacko is going to be able to repeat it. Full Dragon Blade off. Couldn't finish anybody off, and the payload's still in a stalemate right now. Nice flashbang, but it is going to be Sound Barrier coming out from Team Project. They're definitely wanting to protect this one. And Wacko with a beautiful Death Blossom on top of the Nano Boost. That's 4 kills for him. Picks up a 5th as well. And Wacko goes absolutely wacky on the team of Nerd Rage. We are now going to see a Nano Boost already coming on out. I believe that was onto Emo, and he is going to be able to push very aggressively onto this point, but Graviton Surge will be a huge point in this fight. Wacko gets a triple using that push bomb. Fletch trying to finish off players, but he will not be able to do so. Team Project with a clean wipe. This could be the opportunity for Cognate. They can find 3 if they can keep this fight up. It's going to be Ginger just backing away from this fight. Needs to be careful how far back he goes though, because the payload is pushing on in. Fletch enters the fray, gets a nice flashbang, but it's not going to be enough to hold off this payload. It will be pushed forward, and I think we're going to go into overtime here. And I'm not just talking about the round overtime, I'm talking about the entire map here. DNC and Suspect trying to finish off these players, but Sound Barrier will clinch the game. Suspect force away the Graviton Surge, stopping these contestants, but Suspect still hanging around. The Nano Boost on top of him, but once again, it's like what we saw before. These players just filtering in one by one. I don't think it's enough. Arulu grabs 2 for himself. Emo and Ginger back onto the point, but this is all but over at this stage.
Yeah, Emo switched to Diva just to try and use these delay tactics as quickly as possible, but actually Nerd Rage are filtering in one by one. We also see the change to Winston to try and do these delay tactics, but now we see all players eliminated from Nerd Rage. Cognate do put it into the final checkpoint, so Nerd Rage should be feeling confident. They just need to decide when they're going to attack, what they're going to use. They have a few ultimates to work with, and we can see on the side of Cognate, all they've got is that Sound Barrier.
Well, Suspect comes in with the Death Blossom on top of a Nano Boost. That will be enough to just about clinch a team fight immediately. Grabs 4 kills for himself, and he's looking for more as well. Fusions will be going down here unless he's got an ultimate available, which he does not. But Endpoint with the Sound Barrier, they're pushing on forward. Nano Boost coming in, but a beautiful Graviton Surge just completely denies the Sound Barrier advantage as they push on in. That's 2 players going down. Low tier God still surviving. Nobody has even died from Amazing Team in this fight. What is going on right now? Honestly, the Group A favorites, they should be slaughtering Amazing Team. On paper, that it looked like this was pretty much should have been a 3-0. But Amazing Team not letting anything like it happen, and they take Dorado. Oh, here we go, there's the CC coming on down. So many players knocked over for Endpoint, and Blizz actually going to turn this one around as well as Shower Gel. Just 2 players remaining. Low tier God had that Blizzard, but didn't. Oh, he's actually decided to use it right after the fight. Interesting decision from him, but he's going to turn things around. Gets a couple more headshots. War Spirit is super low, but will survive. He's pushed this into overtime in the end. Fantastic stuff from Low Tier God. Single-handedly holding his team together right there, pushing it into overtime. and that is going to mean that the rest of the defenders can arrive once more. That was absolutely insane coming out from Amazing Team.
They're going down like flies at the moment, and with this a little amount of time left, it looks like Endpoint aren't even going to be able to get to this second checkpoint, as Amazing Team are just pushing anyone away, and no one's going to get close enough to that one. There is 8 more seconds, so we need to see some of these characters really just edge towards this payload.
Yeah, 3 seconds left on the clock, and there's no way to contest it. Oh no, Misashi found it, but gets shut down by Lotte God. What a shot coming out from him. They will be able to finish off these remaining players. The overtime is being held on to, but there's just no support coming on through. That's going to be a freeze on top of everything. The Blizzard comes on down. Shower Gel tries to jump on, but just get completely obliterated by Sexy. I don't know if Surreal will even be able to push this into overtime.
Yeah, expect a nice and early Graviton surge from Project here. Seb is just going to probably put this one down as soon as he sees players. Just delay them as quick as he can, because there's only 10 seconds remaining. 2 of them go down. That's 3 now. And it looks like the Blizzard also comes down as a stalling effect. That seems to be 5 members down Surreal GG. All 6 are dead now. Team Project will take this first point.
You got Wacko hiding out in the shadows though, and should be able to find himself a kill for it. So nice little bit of play coming out from him. High Noon as well finds himself another couple of kills. This is fantastic stuff coming out from Wacko, and once again we see Team Project against all odds hold a point.
As soon as they have that 6 versus 5 situation, they just charge in and they just say, look, we're going to win this team fight. As Graviton Surge will come in, Death Blossom and the Nano Boost now on Wacko, and he takes down 2, takes down 3, and this should be enough for Project to push in for the win here.
Certainly needs something to counteract this, because Rulu will be waiting in the wings. He's got that Death Blossom available, jumps straight down and just wipes out the entire enemy squad. That wasn't even with a Nano Boost. They don't even need it. That is going to be Surreal, just obliterated. Festive, the last man remaining. Dragon Blade available for Raylan. The sound barrier is there. He's still not going to be using it. Finally goes for that one in the end, and will be able to immediately pick up 2 kills for himself. This is the spree that they needed out of this Genji player, and he will be able to live up to the hype on this one. Spets goes down, and it is a clean team kill coming out for Surreal. In the end, Festive arriving on the scene, and that is going to be a Graviton Surge in favor of Surreal. Is it going to be enough? It looks like it might be. Bastion actually coming out from Nocti, just trying to mow down these players, but he's not going to be able to. Festive grabs a triple for himself. This is surely the payload going to be pushed off forward. So Rulu finished off. Paradox is desperately trying to contest, but not for long, I fear. This should be the payload push forward.
Fusions is very close to getting his Earth Shatter, but he goes down, so it's just Speds left on this payload now, as we do see Nocti as Bastion trying to do what he can, but Molt is just keeping his shield up. Graviton Surge does come down, so he's going to try and get as much damage as possible, but these players from Surreal are just surviving as Cognate are running in one by one and going down like flies.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to burn time at this point, and Fusions will be able to do some serious damage with that Earth Shatter, but slowly but surely, this squad will be finished off. Nocti just doing what he can, but Roadhog, in a lot of people's eyes, is stopping being a tank and starting being a DPS. But here we go. Speaking of DPS, Cognate are starting to lose theirs, as look at the damage coming on out right now. Festive went on an absolute tear there. Arulu finished off by Raylan. And I think that was the quickest team wipe we've seen in the entire Premiership so far. Nocti, though, he's behind them, and he's got his Rocket Barrage. There's 3 DPS just stood there sitting ducks right now. Surely he'll be able to finish these off. Fantastic hook comes out, just completely shuts down the ultimate, though. Amazing stuff out of Frankie, but is it enough right now? The health bar's still got incredibly low, and I think Nocti did the damage that was required at that stage. Arulu is there to finish off half of these kills as well. Arulu as well on this backline, trying to finish off these players, but I don't think they've quite got enough to finish this fight off just yet. Festive is going to be here, trying to finish off Nocti. He can't quite land the shots though, and Nocti will get away with his life. It's a stalemate right now on the payload, and there's Nocti as well as Arulu starting to chime in. They're finishing off these players, and they're starting to try and push this payload in.
Yeah, Nocti and Arulu just doing fantastically to do as much damage as possible. Blizzard will now come out from Rennie. He's going to be able to slow this all down, but we will get the rest of Cognate coming to join the team, as Nocti is just running around, slicing and dicing everything, but he does get taken down by Molt, as this last stand from Surreal, as the Earth Shatter comes in as well as the charge, and Surreal doing everything to keep alive in this game.
Yeah, super clutch Earth Shatter right there. Keeps the payload from moving at that point. Needs to continue this performance, but the anti-heal grenade comes out from the Ana, and that is going to mean that Arulu has to do the work. Festive, though, with a Death Blossom, does manage to find 2 for himself before getting shut down. This is the longest fight we've seen in so long in the Premiership. Fusions on the point. Nocti there with Arulu as well. They managed to finish off another one. Frankie has to back away. Raylan using that Ice Wall just to try and survive, but I think he's going to be going down. The rest of the team jumping straight onto the payload. Frankie is finished. Malt locked down and pinned against the wall. Festive now arrives on the scene and will be able to pick up a kill of his own. The respawns keep on coming in though. Festive with the nano boost finds Knockney, and the fight continues, but here comes Spexy with that Graviton Surge. Can it be enough though? Nano boost once again. Festive will be finished off. Here goes Dane as well. If they can finish this player, they might just get it, but there comes Frankie and they keep the fight going.
Yeah, this fight is just so stagnated at the moment. It's going back and forth, and realistically, Surreal GG should eventually take this because they do have the closer spawns and they're doing so well to force them off the payload. They've got to be careful now, Cognate. They need to stay on the payload. Now they are just hitting everything. Festive now just comes in with Wraith Form. He stays alive, but he goes down immediately. Dane now comes in, but he goes down as well. That will be enough for Cognate Esports. They take the map. They take the series.